Hey guys, Lyra here. So today this video is going to be all about the question, is college necessary for success? This is going to be a pretty detailed video. In a nutshell, I don't think college is necessary for success in the sense that I don't think that it is absolutely necessary and that if you don't go to college, you automatically won't be successful. I don't think that this is the case at all. And so the first, I guess, step that we can take, because everybody's situation, of course, is unique, is that you have to really have a clear idea of what your idea of success is. What is your definition of success? Is it being wealthy? Is it being financially free? Is it being happy? Is it having strong relationships? Is it having a nice house? Etc, etc, etc. Have a very clear, specific idea of what success means to you. Then the next thing that you need to do is you need to figure out how you're going to attain this idea of success. Okay? Now, in order to figure this out, you need to know what you are passionate about. You need to know what really interests you. If you aren't quite sure about that, I've made videos specifically about that topic, so I'll link those videos in the description below for you. But if you do have an idea of what you're passionate about and what you're interested in, that I believe will determine whether or not it's actually worthwhile for you to go to college or university. So for instance, let's say that it's your dream to be a doctor. Well, you cannot practice medicine legally unless you go to university for it. You need the required education to practice medicine. So in this case, yes, college is necessary for your success. Okay, but let's say that you really want to be an entrepreneur or you really want to be a writer. Yes, there are post-secondary options for being an entrepreneur. There's business school and there is options to be a writer. There's like fine arts courses and creative writing classes that you can take. But in these cases, a college degree I don't think guarantees your success. And I also think that applies to being a doctor and to being like a dentist. Just because you get the degree and you're trained for the job doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be hired as a doctor or whatever the position that you're looking at. So that's one of the main takeaway messages that I want to leave with you guys, is that a college degree does not guarantee that you're going to get everything you want in your life. Okay? There's no guarantees in life. Now, that being said, I looked at some statistics for graduate students. They were actually pretty shocking. So yes, if you do have some kind of post-secondary degree, you are much more likely to be employed rather than unemployed. Okay, but there is a catch here. Roughly 40% of graduate students end up underemployed. What does underemployed mean? It means that you end up in a job or position that you are overqualified for. So a classic example of this would be, say you got a degree in chemistry and then you end up working as a barista at Starbucks. You end up in a position that is below your credentials. That's pretty steep. 40% chance that you're actually not going to do what you set out to do. So again, you have to look at the field that you're in. If you're in a field that has high demand, meaning that if you do get a degree, there's not very many people that have your credentials and the chances of you actually getting a position is very high, then yeah, it's probably a good idea and a good choice to go to college. But if it's like a low demand field that you're in, so let's say that you want to be a social worker, something like that, it's a little bit harder to get a position there, so the chances of you being underemployed is much higher, right? You have to do reasoning like this. Weigh out the chances of you actually getting hired for the job that you wanted to do and weigh them against the cost, because it is going to cost you. The average student in America is roughly 30 grand in debt for student loans. Okay, so is it worth the 30 grand in debt that you're gonna have to pay off? Is it worth the time and the energy, what you are getting back from your college experience? Because that is quite a bit that you're investing from yourself and your life into this endeavor. Obviously, the whole point of going to college is that you're gonna get to do what you want and get paid for it. But college does not just equal a job. You also gain skills in college. You learn things. You also learn things about yourself, your work ethic. College is an experience, and in my opinion, it is an experience that does strengthen your character from my own experience of post-secondary education. So, I mean, there are some benefits that you're gonna immediately get from the college experience, but is it worth it? Okay, is it worth it in the long run for your life plan? So, these are just some things to keep in mind. This is not a direct yes or no answer, but like I said, I don't think college is 100% necessary to attain happiness, to attain financial freedom. There are so many options these days, so many different paths that people can take in order to create the life that they want. So that is just my opinion. I really would love to hear what you guys think of this. This is more of a discussional video. If you feel that you have something interesting to add to the conversation, please comment below. I would love it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
So many of us choose our path out of fear disguised as practicality. My father could have been a great comedian, but he didn't believe that that was possible for him. And so he made a conservative choice. Instead, he got a safe job as an accountant. And when I was 12 years old, he was let go from that safe job. And our family had to do whatever we could to survive.